All right, I just want to make a little quick video. I've had some people ask me how come I don't use a 100-yard zero, and I will answer that very simply. If you are using a scoped rifle and you are shooting past 100 all the time, i.e. like big game hunters or snipers or anything like that, it is very good to use a 100-yard zero because you're just adjusting up the whole time, okay? Now, and it's easier for MOA and all that stuff, okay? So, if you are using a red dot, right, and you have a 100-yard zero, see if we can see that. See that? Now, this is your gun, this is 100 yards, okay? That's where they meet up, bam, okay? What happens is, see this arc, okay? That's your bullet's trajectory, right? We all know that it doesn't actually start going up. You just tilt your barrel up to compensate for all the, the line of sight, all that good stuff, right? Anyways, but do you see, if you had a target here, you see you're gonna be high. If you have a target here, you're gonna be here. If you have a target here, you're gonna be here. If you have a target here, you're gonna be here, right? See how that and that and that and that are all completely different? You see that? Now, yeah, you could say hold over this, hold over that. However, if you use a different zero, and there's tons of them out there, right? If you play with a ballistic calculator, there's free ones online. You can jump on there and play with it. You'll see, like, for example, I like the 5200. I say 5200 because it's not actually 5200 unless you have a certain barrel length and a certain bullet and blah, 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 blah. But generally speaking, at 5200, if you have something like that, like I've stated before, it's about a 4-inch difference from the end of your muzzle all the way out for mine until about 220, 230 yards, okay? So from the end of my muzzle all the way up to like 220, all right? 4 inches, that much. That, no matter where I'm at, you have that much deviation, okay? That's why I like it. Again, if you don't believe me, get on a ballistic calculator, punch in your stuff, and you're gonna have a yard line or a zero for your gun that's gonna be roughly the same, right? And I'm talking 5.56 here. I'm not talking like 338 Lapua or nothing like that. So if you get on there and play with it, you'll see that eventually you'll find optimal range for yours. And let's be honest, right? You're probably not going to shoot past 200 with a red dot anyway. I mean, we've all shot 300 with iron sights, but that sucked. And we've all shot 300 with red dots, but it still sucked. And you're on a known distance range and all that stuff. If you're not on a known distance range, you don't know how that is, and you've never actually judged distance, then it's a little bit different story, right? Anyways, I just want to throw that out there. I'm not a huge fan of the 100-yard zero, and like I said, unless you're a big game hunter or it's a sniper rifle or something like that. With an AR-15 with a red dot, that's just not for me. If you like it, I would actually like to hear why. All right.